Hi kids, here's where we're at. The amplifier is finished. Got everything done. When we left at the end of the last video, I was putting the electrolytics together. You saw all of that. Got it all wired in there now. Got everything else replaced. All of the regular capacitors and half the resistors. And it's working very well. Was able to test it. And not too difficult to test. Let me get this untangled here real quick. Going the wrong way. Let's see if we can do this real quick. If we plug this in and we flip our switch to get it warmed up. Okay. And the motor's turning, so we know that it's running. Here are the speaker wires, and we will just, let's see, we'll just grab a speaker real quick. This is off of a different RCA player, but it seems to be pretty much intact, so I'm just going to twist these wires together real quick so we will have a speaker that's already humming. Okay. And what we're going to do is we're going to take this old cassette player and we're just going to take some patch cords and we're just going to hook these. I have an old-fashioned mono earphone jack plugged into it, and instead of having the earpiece, I just have bare wire. So we're just going to hook up some patch cords. Turn that down until we get this done. We're just going to hook this old cassette player up to this amplifier through the muting switch. Anyway, better not play too much of that. Hi kids. Just wanted to show you, got the amplifier done. Just giving it a quick test, just using this old Walkman and an old Black Sabbath cassette that I had lying around. It's the only tape I could find. I don't think the speaker's the best. And obviously that's not the best way to test this thing, but I just wanted to show you that it's working. Unplug that. I had it working better than that the other night. I had a better speaker. I actually was using the actual speaker for this player, but it's still in the cabinet over there. So I just grabbed this other speaker real quick just to show you that we finished that. The electrolytics, of course, you saw that last time. Got them all in there. Got everything else in there. All the other capacitors replaced, resistors replaced. Cleaned the pot so you don't get any crackle sound when you're adjusting your volume and tone. So that's all good to go. So now we're going to start working on changer. And the first thing I have to do on the changer is the cycle cam, the thing that actually makes it change records. And the way I usually do this is to buy Plastidip. And you can see lots of people on YouTube do this. There's different ways you can do it. There's kits you can buy to resurface these, and I've done that too, and they work fine, but I just use the Plastidip. And what I do is this is a brand new can of it, and I have this little painting tray, and I usually just pour some of it in there, a little shallow puddle of it. And I'm just going to take this and dip it in there and kind of rotate it around and try to get the whole thing coated pretty evenly is what I'm trying to do, like that. Okay? And it goes on there pretty thick to begin with, but it will thin out as it dries. And I'm just going to set it aside and let it dry and put the rest of this back in the can. And I'm going to try to get a bunch of these done for future projects, because once you open this can, it's going to dry out pretty much no matter what you do to try and prevent that. So I'm going to scrape up some more of these because I have lots of them, and try to do some more And anyway, I'm going to set this aside and let it dry. And then I'll come back and show you how it looks when it's done, which will probably be tomorrow. It takes quite a while for this to dry all the way. So anyway, stand by for that. Okay, here's the cycle cam. The plastic dip is dried. Does a really nice job. It just sort of renews the gripping surface so that this works the way it's supposed to. There are two different styles of these cycle cams. They're the nice thin ones like this, and then some that are quite a bit thicker. And I have found, and I think most people agree with me looking at online comments, that these are the better of the two. They just seem to be a little less trouble prone. But anyway, that's done. Now that I've shown you that, I think we're probably going to wrap this video up, and we're just about done though, because next we'll be putting the record changer back together. Now that this is done, we're going to put the record changer back together. That's the metal plate that goes on the bottom of the amplifier. And then I have all of my nice clean parts in here that are ready to go. So we will start putting that back together. I've got my new idler wheel for the motor, and I've got all the new rubber parts to put everything back together. So once we get that, just keep watching for the next video coming up right away. I'll be putting the changer back together, and then once I do that, all I have to do is put the changer in the cabinet, put the amp in the cabinet, wire everything together, and it's done, other than final adjustments. So that's where we're at. We're going to call it good here and get ready for the next one. So there you have it. Thanks for watching.